So as you can probably tell by my rank in Skywars, I've played a lot of Skywars duels. So I wanted to make a guide for how to have the best chances of winning. So I'm going to go over a bunch of different steps. These are going to include kits, different maps, and keybinds. And so I hope you enjoy. This is the full guide to Skywars duels. Okay, so part 1 of this video is going to go over all the different kits in Skywars duels. So we're going to go over them and the ones I recommend. So let's go. So there's 11 kits that are exclusive to Skywars duels. They are based off of other kits such as Scout. It's based off the Scout from Insane, but slightly tweaked to be more improved. So you can see them on screen now. If I were to recommend any of these, I personally use Pyromancer. I think it's a really good kit, but Scout is probably the second or third best kit in the game, and it's also really annoying, so actually please do not play that one. So not only are there 11 new kits based off of previous ones, it has every kit from normal and insane Skywars. So some of the kits that are good from those are Magician and Cannoner. I don't know how to say it, but those are also pretty good. Please don't use them because they're also really annoying. But if you want to get wins, go ahead, I guess. Alright, so now we're going to talk about keybinds. So the thing with keybinds is that I can't really give you much advice, except for to change the default Minecraft ones, because it's kind of hard to reach a lot of stuff, especially like your 6th slot. Like it's gonna be hard to get to that if you have to scroll or if you have to hit the 6th key. I'll show my keybinds on screen in case you want to copy them. They're not perfect, but I think that they're pretty good. And also, if you have a mouse, like any gaming mouse, like I use a Razer Death Adder, it has 2 side buttons. I use those for my 8 and 9. That's what you'll see at like the button 5 and button 4. I highly recommend that. It is super accessible. And I just recommend changing your keybinds because especially Q to drop, because I used to find myself hitting that a lot and dropping my weapon during combat. So I put mine in as X because I know I'm not gonna accidentally hit that. You get it. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Just change your keybinds, make sure that they're easy for you, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this section. Let's go on to dip maps. So before I get into showing the maps, I have to show something that I discovered a while ago, and it changes how I'm gonna show each map. So here's an example of what I found. So as you can see, on the green side of this map, which is called Pitfall, there are 3 seeds planted around the spawn area. So yeah, there you go, there's 3. But then if we look at the other side of the map, which is the red side, there's only 2, which shows that these maps aren't symmetrical, which is going to change the spawn placement for the maps. This means that for a lot of the maps, I'm gonna have to show 2 techniques on how to get the middle faster, because which side you are on can depend on how fast you can get the middle. If you spawn over the dirt block, this is the good spawn. You can just break the leaf and open the chest. If there's blocks in it and anything else good, obviously just go to middle. You can try and bridge, but I think it's actually faster just to place a block and try and clutch in the wall. It is riskier if you're not as good as clutches. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is for this spawn. If you spawn over this grass block, you can just run around to the chest and once again just jump and clutch or bridge the middle. This map only has one spawn location, so there's only one way to get to middle, and that's bridging. Once you get to middle, you can try and loot a chest, but they might already be there. So if they are, just fight them, and if not, try and get a chest. This map actually has something that's incredibly useful. It has this low ground area in the middle of the map, like in the center of middle, that you can use to hit your opponent without them hitting you. However, if your opponent gets down there to try and abuse it themselves, you can just block their way out and jump and hit over them. So for this map, you can literally just run to the middle. I see so many people go for their spawn chest, and it doesn't make sense to me because you get better loot at middle and you don't need blocks. So just run to middle. So one thing you can do when you get there is place a block on the slab because it doesn't allow the opponent to get around it, and it's really easy to hit them over it without them being able to hit you. So this map has 2 spawns, and so I'm going to show you what to do when you get each one. If you spawn over the wooden slab, get everything useful inside the chest, including blocks. Place 1 block behind the chest, jump off it, and try and clutch on the wall. This is the fastest way to get to middle on this map. One thing to help you land the clutch is picture a certain block that stands out from the rest of them, such as the green wool or the andesite. This personally allows me to clutch much more consistently. So what you can actually do to help you is block off the middle staircase, as it allows you to be able to get another mid chest while they're trying to get over. If you spawn over the dirt, literally just as soon as the cage is open, just move over the slab and land on it, or as close as you can, and then just do the same thing again. I'm gonna be honest, I hate this map because there's really nowhere to fight. All the islands have open backs, so you can just fall off if you take enough knockback. And it's just really annoying. There's really no strategy on this map except getting to mid as fast as you can and trying to hold the center island, because it really doesn't allow for your opponent to get in. But that's pretty much it for this map. So this map only has 1 spawn, but you don't actually need blocks to get the middle, just like Pitfall. So what you can do is you can jump up this wooden structure. It kind of looks like a fallen tree or like a dead tree. You can just jump up it, jump onto the sledge, and then just land on the on middle. You can try and like block off the other parts of middle, which I don't do in this footage because sometimes it's not as effective if your opponent knows the same strategy. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. However, the best piece of advice I could give you is if you see an MVP++, thanks for watching.